Good morning. Welcome back. So there was a writer last night that really, um, I was in bed reading because I like to read to fall asleep. And typically I read long form to pass out. And sometimes even something I've already read. I'm that way with film too, or YouTube videos. If I fall asleep, I want to be familiar with it. So if my brain's learning new content, it'll be jacked up on that. So um anyway, but this I read this writer last night, and it was actually a couple of days ago I started cracking his code, I guess I could say, and really reading him. And then last night I finished his entire back catalog on the app, and I'll do that with if a writer strikes me on prose, I'll tell the team, hey, I found this writer, maybe we should do something, let's spotlight or feature them. And with this channel, a lot of people have written in saying, hey, we really like the spotlights and the I just like paying respect to your fellow artists, right? And so that's how I see what we do with the spotlights, and I think that's how and there's nothing really in my mind more beautiful than a piece of good writing. But that's me, I'm biased. I'm a novelist and blah blah blah, um but yeah, it's the idea for today, kind of the reason why we picked this guy is because of it's kind of exactly where kind of exactly the root or the core of why prose began. And I always imagine like somebody like on a bus or a subway or waiting for food or waiting to go back to work, and they're on their phone because the idea started as a phone app. And oh, by the way, those are coming back, both of them, better than ever. But the we have a new dev team. It's awesome. No more. We have an obstruction-free road for the first time since 2014, really, since beta. And so we're excited. We're about 20% where we want to be from then to now, and I think we'll be up to 100 in the next fist of months. I really do. I hope so. I'm being optimistic, but yeah, it's looking really good. So but this guy on the app really, when in 2014 I was in a bar across from my ex-girlfriend, and she was talking about, I told her about prose because it was about the day after prose was born, so to speak, and during South by Southwest. I was down there. I wrote a book, and they sent me down to do a reading in a wine bar during South by Southwest. And at the time, I was living in Cochise County, Arizona. I left Seattle and I went down to the desert, and I went to, bad combination, a reading in a wine bar. Reading there, it was awesome, but then the next day, the app, we drank that night, and excuse me, we drank that night, and the next day, the idea hit me. And then my buddy who was down there, we were sharing an Airbnb, he was in town to promote a different app. And I remember the idea was so big, right? The more we talked about it, and his ideas came in after my ideas were there, and we started talking about all this stuff, right? And so I was excited. And I was in the bar across from her, and she's a PR manager, right? And so she kind of warned me. She's like, this many thousands of apps rise and fall every day, so, think about it. And her point of consternation was, the memes and the selfies and the instant gratification, the social media type thing. And yeah, it's all well placed. It was a really nice, she was protective for a good reason. But none of us gave a shit. We went full speed. And she's a sweet gal, and 99.9% of the time, she'd be right. And this time, I'm just glad she was wrong. So was she. She laughed about it. And, but, it's interesting to see then to now and like what we're doing now with these videos. So then to now and watching writers like this guy we're going to feature today. Oh, by the way, before I get into that, if you haven't yet, could you like and subscribe to the channel here? And if you know anybody who likes to read or write or just wants to network with readers and writers or support writers or just maybe have a different kind of social media experience, send them over to thepros.com. We'd appreciate it. Every writer helps. And we have some really good writers on the app. I mean, it's good to see it. So as far as her well-placed cynicism went, I understand. But here we are now. So let's see. Without further ado, let's get into this writing. Let me go to my little whatever this thing is and pull up the app, and we'll look at it together. Okay, and this is Dionysian 66. I'm going to say it's Dionysian just based on the Greek god. If your name's Dion, I apologize, but let's see. I love this portal too. You know, back at the portals when she was across from me in that bar and she was going on about, you know, that and that and that. I was, all I could see was, I'll show you exactly what I saw. Oh, it's right here. Look, I saw this. I just saw this. Right? Hey, Skull. I just saw this. And I saw all this. I mean, not this, but I saw all this, right? And this, you know, and this. I mean, I saw all this in my brain. And so even while she was talking, it was like static blurred to just seeing this. So that's funny. To me, it's funny. So here we go. And this guy, I just love stuff like this. I know that sometimes you have to get it out, just express it. Well, all the time. All the time. I mean, that's how most of us stay functional, right? So here we go. An extricated, painful memory. Life can be unrelentingly difficult. I know, because I come from an existence of violence and hatred. I have never known peace, because I was born into chaos. Raised on terror and fear, my soul is tortured, as my youthful world was cold, bleak, and empty. The loneliness sliced through my mind. Life had been about survival and the false pretense of happiness. Behind my smiling eyes was a silence of melancholy, a despair so deep that no amount of misery could fill it. I survived and managed to create a mundane life where my existence was of little consequence. Now in my late 50s, I find myself negotiating through the labyrinthine maze of unrelenting physical pain, trying to find a reason to get up every day. Life has never been easy for me, nor do I expect it to ever be. I know that the rest of my existence will be from one trial to another, something always trying to make me quit. I know that someday the universe will grant me mercy and take me from this chaotic life. Until then, I will suffer in silence, longing for a love I know I'll never receive. Yeah. Been there. Dionysian, it's that's and you know, and his whole, all of his posts are not like that. That's why there's some, I mean, balance of these writers on this app it's amazing. To me it is. And again, it's like, it's almost like watching, I don't know, like, it's hard to explain like a metaphor for how all of us feel about the app right now. It's a good feeling though. It's like, I don't know, it's good. So let's see here. Let's look at Diane. There we go. Oh, that's a great photo. Look at that beard. See, I always get mad and shave mine. If I had the patience to grow this out, I would have a full, like, oh, yeah, that's badass, buddy. Let's see, to live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist. That is all. Yeah. Oscar Wilde. This is cool too. So, I love all smart music. I don't care if it's post-punk 80s, classic country, Mahler, Rachmaninoff, Tchaikovsky, Liszt, all anything that's intelligent. Jane's Addiction, The Cure, Slayer. I like all forms of good music that tells stories. That tells stories, I guess, yeah. Losing my perspicacity here in the South, but yeah, all those songs that tell stories, right? And so Seasons in the Abyss was Slayer's 5th studio album, and this is called Seasons in the Absurd. So, irons up. This is great. Yeah. So, I wanted to give him a mention. I'm going to put a link to his profile here in the description too. I love doing this. Here he is. This guy, I have, something else about this app. I'm gonna close this out and take you back to my mug. So, there we go. And we're back. So we're talking about, a lot of people have written in saying, maybe we could feature the actual writer reading. And I would love that. So we're going to have it eventually to where we'll have even in the studio here, we'll have a podcast type setting, with multiple cameras and all that stuff. But we'll also have probably Zoom interviews. And I would love to have writers come on this channel and read their work. I might even do we might even, I don't mean to say I all the time. I don't mean to say I, it sounds very self-indulgent, you guys. I mean we, but it's just I'm singular here, so I can't see their faces, which is a blessing. No, I'm just kidding, guys. You're pretty. But yeah, I'd like to maybe have some kind of create something with one of our devs to have people submit video. Not submit, just send video of them reading, and we'll post it on this channel. I'd love to do that. So let me look into that. Great, now I have a new obsession all day. I'm gonna work on it. I'm going to work on that. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for being here, as always. And if you want to reach out or send an email, you can direct message the Pros profile, or if you want to write into the Pros channel at Gmail, that's a direct line right into my phone, so I'll get that. But yeah, we're gonna build out some of these, some of that too, because my whole goal when I said, hey guys, let's do a YouTube channel, right? I didn't know I would host it, but whatever. It's always good to challenge your perceptions of yourself, right? Your perceptions, I'm not really a huge public, but I'm not introverted, but I'm not extroverted. But to do these videos and know that even if 2 people see it, right, I'm still under the microscope in my mind. So I don't know. It's getting more and more natural as I go on. But the idea for this channel wasn't a talking head video. It was mostly to bring in talent and showcase them, spotlight that talent. That was the goal. And so we're trying to get back to get to that, right? And we're going to work on that. But I think a cool mix of things would be cool to do. I just said cool in the same sentence. Yeah, I need more coffee. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for being here. You guys have a good one. And I will see you very soon, if not tomorrow, the next day, or whenever I get time to sit down and do this again. So, yeah, good on time. And I have to skate. So, good to see you guys, so to speak. And I hope you have a good one. Take Take good care.